Greetings everyone. In this video we will view Fusion Seeded Report Customer Account Status. Standard report provides the customer remaining balance in ledger currency as on reporting date. It displays all the transactions, open transactions, debit memos, credit memos and receipts based on the parameter entered. Further, it groups the data based on the customer name and collector. As a business, the action from this report is to follow up with the customer and collector to get the remaining amount. Now, to enable business to derive a useful insight from customer account status, we have prepared an Excel dashboard out of the standard report XML output. It displays remaining amount by top 5 currencies and top 5 collectors. Further, it summarizes the balance of top 15 customers by remaining amount. It also shows their transactions remaining and average credit days allowed and average days by which the amount is overdue. Further, the business would also like to know the amount pending for long bifurcated in a bucket of each of 30 days irrespective of any customer. And to make an informed decision, business would like to have a flexibility to slice output by a business unit in case they have multiple business unit or due date parameter in the runtime. Slice the remaining amount by transaction currency and collectors and type of transaction class. Once the user has applied any of the filters, they would like to know the impact of the same on the overall data. So in the center of dashboard, we displays percentage that shows the filtered amount to total amount balance, filtered customer to total customer, and filtered collector to total collectors. To get the desired dashboard output, let's first run the program customer account status. Navigate to the monitor process and submit the customer account status. Enter the required parameters. Once the report is completed normal, you download the XML data on your system and saved it. Just remember the path on which you have saved. This will be the input for our next step. So once this is completed, let's move towards the Excel file. Download the Excel file from the YouTube video link. As of now, you are viewing a blank template. Only a sample record has been entered for your reference, and you will be able to see the blank dashboard. To import the data from the XML report which you have saved, enter the folder name, folder path here, and file name on this particular location. You need to also enter the extension in the file name. So once that is done, you go to data and click on refresh all. It will run the background queries and get the data from the XML and convert into the tabular format. So you can see these parameters what I have entered for the report has been populated over here. Only one parameter was entered, that was order by customer number. So details, now you can see instead of one sample record it has populated all the fields. And in the dashboards the data has been populated. Let's first refresh the data of the pivot. So right now what we can see is the buckets in which the amount is overdue is high over here from 390 to 490 days, and then there is a huge number of outstanding on this particular portion. So we'd like to see that which amount are pending this week. So let's say we are in 2014, we can see this is the bucket of 30 days and now the data has been filtered. So the amount is very much negligible as compared to total amount. So 20% of the customers balances are here and 4 collectors responsible. So we can see here these 4 collectors also. If I want to see for 2 years, so now we can see just 14 and 15 contributes 43% of the due amount. In actual business scenario, this may not be the case. What may have happened that you may not have updated this records in the system. So as an action for the business would be to call the customers and ask for the customer statement and update the system accordingly. So let's move towards the recent years figures. You can see now, you can see here the amount has been changing very quickly. So included like 19, 20 and 21. So the remaining amount is 45% of the total amount. So instead of year, we can also select quarters, a specific quarters, or a month, or even a date range if you are interested, like from 15th of October to 15th of November. So that was one part. Now let's check the another part, like this is the balance remaining from 2019 to 21, and by top is the USD. So let's see in the USD business unit. So if I select only one business unit, it is 14% of the total amount. If I want to select multiple business units, so click on this multi select and select another business unit. So remember, all this amount are in ledger currency. So when you are selecting this business unit, all of them must be in the same ledger, and the top three collectors are here. So once I select any of the currencies, like here 4 transaction currencies are available. If I select only the USD, so you may notice that here the figures are not changing. Currency filter will not apply to currency, and similarly the collectors filter will not apply to collector part. So here the intention is, even if you have selected one customer, you should be able to view the balances of other customers. Same goes for the currency. Even if you are filtering for the currencies, you should be able to view the balances for the other currencies. So all other filters will apply to this two charts, but currencies and collector will not be applied to respective chart. So we have reached to one of the point where a business is able to filter and identify a specific set of amount, like in the business unit US1 and progressive for a transaction currency USD, and amount to be responsible collected by collector Jeremy Dickens are 5% of the total amount and constitute this two customers. So that's how business can now take a decision like what needs to be done for this particular part. You can be thinking that okay, here there are many other views which I may be requiring for my further analysis. Just like I'm just unchecking or clearing all the filters that has been applied. Just like as of now, you are just able to view the top 15 customers, but there is no way that you can see the amount outstanding by each business unit or in a particular bucket or in a particular year. So there are many ways you would like to do the analysis. So to give such flexibility, we have created a sheet 2 where a user can make their own analysis. Just like this is a pivot table show list. Here the ledger is in the row and the amount functional currency, that is a ledger currency, is in the columns. So you can view here the currency ledger wise outstanding amount, ledger and customer wise amount outstanding, or we can also have a bucket wise, like what is the normal credit days allowed by each of the ledgers. So this all views are available. So credit days by 10, overdues days. Even if I want to group it, group by minus 10 to 30 by each, say 30 days. So we can have our own groups also, start from minus 30. From 0 to 29. So anything which is in advance, it's here. And as it is a pivot table, you can have the drill down like specific. You go towards the UK primary ledger, the intersection on this button, and you click, double click here, and it will give the details of these intersected values. So I hope you will find this particular analytics very useful for your business need. If you have any comments, suggestion for this report or any other report, please feel free to give your suggestions in the comment box. Thanks for watching this video.